Right. Viewers, now we are back. 11 or 12 overs. Oh, that's a miscommunication. He was lucky. And just for your information, before we start, um, Central Smashers managed to get their first wicket. Shafiq Sharif was out caught at the deep, and the delivery was bowled by Siva. And now Southern Hitters are at 82, is at 82 for 1. Tariq Aziz now at 41. 9 shot for half century. Now on the crease, facing the next delivery is player number 3, Saifullah Malik for Southern Hitters. That's a good shot. 2 runs. $84 for 1. Bowling for Central Smashers, Muazzam Hayat. Shafiq Sharif out for 34 after 30 deliveries. Oh, that's another good bowling. Clean bowling. Saifullah Malik out. Bowled by Muazzam Hayat. Two wickets for Central Smashers, trimming the run rate to 7.1 now. Coming in for Southern Hitters, Faiz Nasir, player number 9, a good batsman. He needs to be given chance, opportunity to show what he can do, and now is his opportunity to show what he can do as a batsman and what he can contribute if he is selected to play to represent Malaysia in the upcoming World Cup qualifier, T20 World Cup qualifier in Singapore. He has the whole tournament set for him to show what he can do. Now he's on the center pitch, pairing Tariq Aziz. Tariq on 41 or 36 delivery. Southern Hitters 84 for 2 after 11.5 overs. They are still on track to score around 160. If they are able to up the run rate, to increase the run rate back to around 8, they should be able to reach 170 to 180 to put or to set a very good target for them to defend against a good batting side of Central Smashers. Bear in mind that Central Smashers batting lineup consists of a national veteran Anwar Arudin, as well as Virandeep Singh, who is also in a very good performance lately, as a shot straight for 2 runs by Tariq Aziz. Again, Tariq showing some lack of focus, or maybe he's not aware. He was not aware of the fielding or the fielders. He must improve on this part of his game if he's going to contribute significantly to the Malaysian team in the World Cup T20 qualifier in Singapore in July. Siva continue bowling for central smashes. Good, so far good economy, not so bad at around 6. He needs of course to improve on his economy rate. That's an appeal for Snick. I believe he was just lucky not to be given wide for that delivery. That's a wide. Now that's a wide delivery. Sivananta to Faiz Nasir. So far, the wicket for central smashes come from Muazzam Hayat and Siva. Siva on 19 for 1 after 3.4 overs. That's a cheeky shot by Faiz Nasir to open his score. That's good enough for 1 run. Giving the strike back to Tariq Aziz. Calling for 2. Oh no. There you go, the end of 13 over. 90 for 2. 2 wicket fall for Southern hitters. Shafiq Sharif out caught by Ajab Khan. And then the second wicket, Saifullah Malik, bowled by Muazzam Hayat. Muazzam would continue to bowl in the 14th over of the innings. Southern hitters 90 for 2. Tariq need to be careful with his execution. It was a near miss that could be costly for his team. He's doing well now for scoring 45 for 40 balls. That's a single from Faiz Nasir to give Tariq Aziz the strike. That's a good shot straight to the fielder for 1 run by Tariq Aziz. It's good to see Southern hitters rotating the strikes. Still rotating the strike, trying to build a good platform before the closure of this inning. Another 1 run. Handing over the strike back to Tariq Aziz, a good left and right combination.
Careless shot by
Careless
Tariq,
shot.
stepping out, trying to hit the bowler. Completely missed it and got bowled.
Yep, that's another wicket for Muazzam Hayat. Wicket number 2 for Muazzam Hayat, number 3 for central smashes.
So very important that Tariq should stay there till the end.
Yep.
Now pressure back to the Southern hitters.
Yeah, 2 new batsmen for Southern hitters.
14.
Number 14, Sampat Pereira coming in. to partner with Faiz Nasir. This is where the area where Tariq could improve on his game. He should be aware that it's already almost the end of almost the completion of 14 overs, where in 1 or 2 overs he could start hitting the ball, since he's the
being the senior player there.
yeah.
You should have stayed till the end. Now with two new batsmen in the center, it's going to make it difficult for Southern Hitters to get past the score at
Yep.
150.
The run rate has now dropped to 6.8. Just one run. Just one run for Sampat.
Is it over?
Yep, it's the end of the over. Number 14. 95 for 3. I think the expected runs total for Southern Hitters has now dropped to around 130 to 140. Let's see what these two new batsmen can do. They should be in a better position if they could keep their seasoned batsmen throughout the innings. It's good to learn, something to learn for the batsmen. It's good, but however, credit must be given to Tariq for staying all the way until 13.5 overs. The score now 95 for 3. Shazrul Ezad would bowl for central smashes, looking to make a man of his mistake in his first over, conceding 14 runs in his first over. He opens the 15th over with a wide. He needs to come back. And his team now is in good position. They managed to cut the run rate to 6.79 just now. He needs to support his skipper game plan and bowl as according to the plan, to the fielding plan. Shazrul Ezad, another 1 run for Southern Hitters in the previous delivery. 2 runs now in this over, taking his tally for after 1.2 over to 16 runs. 97 for 3 for Southern Hitters. Oh, that's a miss. It's a clip the outside edge of Faiz Nasir's bat. He was fortunate to stay on the pitch and score another run for himself and for Southern Hitters. 98 for 3 now. 14.3 overs. It's an opportunity not taken. It was a difficult one. It goes for 4 for Sampat Pereira. It's 102 for 3. At last, after struggling for the past 2-3 overs, they managed to pass 100 runs.
Shazrul Ezad, I think he's been struggling. He's been away for 3 months because he's with the Armed Forces, Air Force. It's a layoff for 3 months doing his special course for
the Air Force. That's out. That's an appeal for LBW. And Sampat Pereira, that's the end of his inning. Sampat, after pulling that good shot for 4, and now he's out.
It always happens when the 2 quick wickets fall.
Yep.
And the pressure back to the batting side.
And now more pressure to Southern hitters.
Yep.
Amir Azim coming in, a young batsman in the Malaysian development squad. Bright future in front of him. It's good that he has this opportunity to show what he can contribute to Malaysia cricket. I believe he's preparing for under 19s as well.
It's a good outing for him in this tournament. Very impressed with his running between wickets, his batting approach. It's been very positive.
And I think that's what Southern hitters need to do, not to hit big, but because the fielding setup has been open, it's very open now. They should look into opportunities, gap, to get a single or two, while rebuilding the innings, because they are now in a very big pressure.
Tight situation now.
Yeah, in tight situation. They have around 5 overs left with only 102
on the
board, and they have lost 4 wickets. A good one, just a check shot
to
third man. Yes,
easy single
Amir Azim. 1 run for Amir Azim, open his account. Hopefully he would stay for long until the end of the inning. That's the only way if you want to see a big significant or sizable score put on the board by Southern hitters, so that it would be challenging for Central Smashers to chase in the second inning. We must be aware, we must understand that Central Smashers, they have a good season batsman in their team with Anwar Arudin and Virandip Singh. This is something that Southern hitters needs to be aware of, and both batsmen at the center wicket needs to be aware of this, needs to understand what's their responsibility in rebuilding up the inning. Another five overs, anything can be done. It's I think enough balls to create something out of these 5 overs, 30 balls, for them to find at least 50, 60 runs, to put up a good total for Southern hitters. On the center pitch, on the center wicket now is the most senior wicket. The most senior batsman is Faiz Nasir. Only 8 deliveries, that 1 delivery, a very good shot. Played by Amir Azim. A very quick, a very good runner between wicket, and from my observation, he just need to eliminate some of the bad habit. You are running to the you are not running to the danger end, but you are running as well as watching where the ball goes. That's not a good practice. You just need to focus on your running between wicket and run straight to the wicket keeper. To the Faiz Nasir needs to be more aware, because he was running to the danger end. So this is something that the areas that they should improve. It's a small little thing. However, at international stage, at a very competitive stage, this is something that would be significant if they want, to perform well at a higher stage. Now that's another one run, another single for Faiz Nasir. 107 for 4. It's a good flick.
It's good flick by Azim.
Yep. However, it was matched by a good fielding by
7.
number 6, if I'm not mistaken, Muazzam Hayat there. Or number 7,
Shazrul Izzat.
Shazrul, yes. Never mind, it was a good fielding, a good throw, a good recovery by central smashers, limiting the runs to only a single run for Amir Azim.
With 4 overs to go, Southern Hitters have to push, not to be in big trouble.
Yes, they have to start being bullish and find more runs to put on the total or on the board. Now at 109 and 6.81 run rates, things are not looking good for Southern Hitters. Shazrul Izzat bowling for Central Smashers. Straight away hit for a single. Just one run for Amir Azim. Southern Hitters batsman now needs to be very careful, needs to show composure, needs to be aware of the fielding setups, needs to play to the merit of the ball in order for them to stay all the way to the 20th over and to, of course, to score more runs, to put up on the board for them to defend in the second inning. 110 now for 4. 16.2 overs. That's not a good selection of shot.
A brilliant catch at deep square.
Yep.
By whom? By Arjun.
Another wicket, another problem for Southern Hitters. This is where I think the Mr. Eddie Rizal needs to do something, to advise his players to keep calm. They are putting themselves into trouble. They were in a good position at around in the 11, 12 overs, but the succession fall of wicket 4 wickets and now 5 wickets has put them in trouble in putting a good total for Central Smashers to chase in the second inning. Now the score after 16.3 overs, 110 for 5. 2 wickets for Shazrul Izzat. There's a good shot. Still soft. Oh, that's a miscommunication. That's another wicket. A silly run out. Faiz Nasir. Ahmad Zubaidi.
Just came in and got run out.
Yeah. He has just came in.
There was never a 2 there. It's a big mistake by Zubaidi.
A good fielding However, very silly mistakes. Ahmad Zubaidi out. Run out for no runs. Coming in, Nipun Ransika, player number 15
from Sri Lanka.
from Sri Lanka.
Six wickets, 40 runs.
1 run, hitting the inside edge of Nipun Ransika. I think this is where the management of Southern Hitters should play a role if they were to provide a challenge to the other teams in Ramadan Peace Cup Super Series. This is one weaknesses that we can witness, that we can see in the previous 4 or 5 overs, where after the first wicket, Southern Hitters struggle and they cheaply 5 of their batsmen was cheaply out in succession within just less than 5 overs. And also it's very disappointed to see Zubaidi out, run out. And now they are in a terrible situation. In 17 over, 112 for 6. Good idea, but was not properly executed. Now bowling for central smashes, another overseas player, Rashmika Udit Madhushankar. Yeah, it's a good shot. It's definitely gonna go for 6. 6 runs from Nipun Ransika.
Trying to be too
Very,
ambitious.
yes, very disappointing display. After hitting that 6, I believe that he has loosened up the pressure for the over. However, he took that careless shot. Not a good selection, especially considering that his team is in deep trouble. Now coming in for Southern is Sohail Fitri. Let's see what he can do. He is a very experienced player. Now partnering Amir Azim on the center wicket, in the center wicket. He needs, these two batsmen, this pair needs to try to take the score over 130, 140 runs in order for them to not to put too much pressure when they defend the score. so that they can be creative. They can look at some options to defend the score. However, looking at the current score, they are not in a position, in an easy position to defend. $119.47. We are now in 18 overs. Southern Hitters taking on Central Smashers in Malaysia Cricket Association Ramadan Peace Cup Super Series 2019. Well played, however, it was not careful enough.
Taking singles at this stage is not good enough. But then they have lost quick wickets.
Quick wicket, yes.
More pressure on them. It's going to be very tough for them even to get the score past 150 now. Predict it will be about 140 in 20 overs.
At 6.73, the run rate. The most that they can do is to stretch around 140. If they can get around 130, 100, that would be just safe for them. Oh, that's a 4. That's a 4. The batsmen, the two batsmen, need to find ways to outplay the fielder and the bowlers, to find the gap, to find 4 or 6 runs. They need at least 10 to 15 runs per over of the next 2 overs to take them to around 150. It can be achieved, nothing is impossible. Now Shazrul Ezat is going to continue with his first over. He has taken 2 wickets so far. Not a bad statistic for him. Was hit hard and he cleared the rope. No, oh yes, misfield. Ainul Hafiz. Ainul Hafiz giving 4 runs to Southern Hitters. 128 now. This is what they need to be doing. This over and the next over, the next 11 deliveries. They need to be, however, they need to be very careful. They have 7 wicket down. There you go. Oh, that's an opportunity.
Again, drop by again.
Again, drop catch. Just 1 run. This is where Suhail need to remind Azim to be very careful with his shot selection and not to take too much risk. Just play by the merit of the ball, find the gap, get 4. If they can get 2 or 3 4s in this over, that would be good enough to take them to the final over, to push for around 150 runs. Good shot by Suhail Fitri, good for 1 for a single. Handing over the strike back to Amir Azim for Southern Hitters. Not a bad bowling for Shazrul Izzat. A little bit expensive, but he got 2 wickets for Central Smashers.
Nicely played.
Nicely played. He was moving forward. A good recovery by Amir Azim. Managed to get single. Read the ball well. And 18.4 overs completed 131. There's still chances for Southern Hitters to get past 150, maybe 160. That's a good shot through the gap. This is at least what they can do. Finding the gap and capitalizing on the errors and mistakes and putting the pressure back to Central Smashers. They could get 3, it may be too risky. 2 is good enough. 4, 1, 2, 7 runs from this over. The last delivery in the 19th over of the inning. So Haril, played late. Slower delivery from Shazrul Izzat. Now we have completed 19 overs, 134 for 7. Malaysia Cricket Association Ramadan Peace Cup Super Series. Live from Kinrara Oval from 13 to 31st of May 2019. That's another wicket. That's a wicket for Central Smashers. There you go. 134 for 8. The run rate at 6.99. They started at around 8 until the 10 over. Syed Aziz managed to score 46 over 42 deliveries, and Shafiq Sharif 34 for 30 deliveries. And now holding the innings for Southern Hitters is Amir Azim, 14 not out. Coming in is player number 5 for Southern Hitters, Devendran Morgan. That's a golden duck for Didi. 2 wickets now in the over. Good bowling by Udit Madhushankar. 3 wickets. He's going for hat-trick. A good average. Udit Madhushankar just 6 per over. Supported by Virandip Singh 4.67 and Sivananta 5.24 for 4 overs. And also Muazzam Hayat taking 2 wickets from his 2 overs for 4.5 runs. The score now 134. Last wicket for Southern Hitters. 134 for 4. Coming in player number 7, Pavandip Singh. Hopefully they could last for the next remaining of 4 deliveries for Southern Hitters. Southern Hitters, I must say, the situation is due to their own doing. They were setting up Said Aziz and their opening partnership, Said Aziz and Shafiq Sharif, did the best that they can do until around 12 or 11 overs when the middle orders came in and the successive fall of wicket um, hampered their work of putting more totals on the board. No ball. No ball now. There's going to be free hit. A good opportunity for Amir Azim to do something and to score maximum runs from this delivery. Amir Azim, Malaysia under 19 in the development squad, preparing for the Eastern region Asia Cup qualifier in July. It's a good exposure. Good to see that he tried to hold the innings for Southern Hitters. 100% strike rate. 15 run on the board for Amir Azim. Pavandip taking quick singles, taking the score to 138 for 9. Southern Hitters 138 for 9. Oh, that's an opportunity. It should be pulled out of the oval. However, that's good enough. 1 run. A single to end the inning. 139 for 9 for Southern Hitters. They have a mountain to climb to defend against very experienced side, central smashes. Lining up Anwar Arudin, Virandip Singh, Muazzam Hayat, Ainul Hakim, their main bowler and all-rounder Shavin Munyandi in the second inning. We'll take a break, 10 minutes break. Before that, you can see the statistic for central smashes, the bowler Virandip Singh, Siva, Muazzam Hayat, as well as Udit Madhushankar has done a good job in minimizing the damage for central smashes. Now innings break. Let's take a 10 minutes break. We'll be back for MCA Ramadan Peace Cup Super Series. Oval. Before we take a break, again, we would like to announce the sponsors for the Super Series, Ramadan Peace Cup Super Series. Match ball sponsored by SG, Man of the Match. Ringgit Malaysia 200 ringgit, sponsored by Daya Sakti Travels and Tours. And for players of the series, Best Batsman and Best Bowler, prizes are sponsored by Castle Sports. Those are the sponsors for this year Ramadan Peace Cup Super Series T20 2019. We'll be back after the break. And now we are back. Welcome back to Ramadan Peace Cup Super Series T20 2019. The sponsors for this Super Series, match ball sponsored by SG, Man of the Match sponsored by Daya Sakti, Travel and Tours, Player of the Series, Best Batsman and Best Bowlers sponsored by Castle Sports. A good initiative for Malaysia Cricket by Malaysia Cricket in organising Ramadan Super Cup, Ramadan Peace Cup Super Series from 16 to 31st of May 2019 by the players. Has been centralised in this venue in Kirara Oval since the 13th of May 2019. Now, Central Smasher is going to start the inning. There are two batsmen, opening pair. Their skippers Virandit Singh and Anwar Arudin. That's a first delivery for a dot ball by player number 5, Devendran Morgan, an experienced national team bowlers. Good fielding. A good single, a quick single by Virandip Singh. Now Anwar Arudin would face the next delivery, the third delivery of the inning. The target for Central Smashers 140 in 20 overs. Well played for a single by Anwar Arudin. Oh, misfielding. That goes for 4. Misfield, 4 runs for Central Smashers.